Midnapore is the district headquarters of Paschim Medinipur district of the Indian state of West Bengal. It is situated on the banks of the Kangsabati River. Etymology. There are conflicting accounts of how the name Midnapore came to be. One account claims that Midnapore was named after a local deity Medinipur. Another account claims that Midnapore was so named because in the heyday the number of mosques rivaled those in Medina. History. A number of prehistoric sites of great interest are being excavated throughout the West Midnapore district. In ancient times the region seems to be highly influenced by Jainism and Buddhism. Coins issued by Samudragupta have been found in the near vicinity of the town. The kingdom of Shashanka and Harshavardhana also included part of undivided Midnapore in their kingdom. However, the most significant archaeological site in the region is the bustling port of Tamralipta near present-day Tamlu, a site noted in the travelogues of Faxian and Shanzang. Later Chaitanya passed through the area on his way from Puri to Varanasi as documented in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. After the fall of last independent Hindu dynasty of Kalinga Utkala Gajapati Mukundadeva in the 16th century, this region came under one of the 5 Sarkars of Mughal Bandi Odisha i.e. Jalswar Sarkar, which was ruled by the Subedar of Odisha. The north boundary of Jalswar was Tamluk and south was Soro and Dalbungar in the west to the Bay of Bengal in the east. Jahadar Khan was the ruler of Jaleshwar Sarkar Hijli during the time of Shah Jahan. He was defeated by Shah Shuja, the second son of Shah Jahan, then the Sun Shah of Bengal. During the era of the Muslim rulers of Bengal, Nawab Alawadi Khan's general Mir Jafar fought successfully against Mir Habib's lieutenant Saeed Nur near Midnapore town in 1746. This was part of his campaign to regain Odisha and thwart the Maratha attacks on Bengal. Mir Habib came up from Balasore and was joined by the Marathas, but Mir Jafar fled to Burdwan, leaving Mir Habib to retake Midnapore with ease. Alawadi defeated Janoji Bhosle, a Maratha chieftain, in a severely contested battle near Burdwan in 1747 and Janoji fled to Midnapore. The Marathas held on to Odisha including Midnapore until 1749 when it was reconquered by Alawadi. The Marathas continued to raid Midnapore, which proved disastrous for the residents. In 1756, Alawadi died and his successor was Siraj-ud-Daulah. On 20 June 1757, he was betrayed by Mir Jafar to the East India Company under the command of Lord Robert Clive at Plassey. This consolidated the company's hold on Bengal and Odisha. The district of Midnapore, which included Dalbuma Gatshla, now in Singhu, Jharkhand, was annexed in 1760 along with Burdwan and Chittagong, both handed over to the East India Company by Mir Kashim. The last free king of Dalbum was imprisoned in Midnapore town. Some of the Malo kings of Malabum in the Bankura district held land in northern Midnapore district, while the Raj rules of Narajil, Jhargram, Lalgarh, Jamboni, and Chandrakona held sway in the local areas. The Raj rulers in Rajasthan would pay homage to Jagannath but carves out their own territories under the supremacy of the Hindu empires of Odisha. Midnapore is notable for its contribution in the history of Indian freedom movement since it has produced many martyrs. During the British Raj, the city became a centre of revolutionary activities, such as the Santal Revolt and the Shwar Revolt. The Zilla School, now known as Midnapore Collegiate School, was the birthplace of many extremist activities. Teachers like Hemchandra Kanungo inspired and guided the pupils to participate in the Indian freedom movement. 3 British district magistrates were assassinated in succession by the revolutionaries Bimal Das Gupta, Jyotijiban Ghosh, Pradud Bhattacharya, Prabhakangsu Pal, Murugan Dutta, Anath Bandhu Panjar, Ramkrishna Roy, Raja Kishore Chakraborty, Nirmaljiban Ghosh, Khudiram Bose and Satyendranath Basu were some of the young men that laid down their lives for the freedom of India. Qazi Nazrul Islam attended political meetings in Midnapore in the 1920s. Raja Narendra Lal Khan, ruler of Narajil, who donated his palace for Midnapore's first college for women, had been implicated for planting a bomb. Khudiram Bose was born in the Habibpur in 1889 and studied at Midnapore Collegiate School up to the 8th standard. He was first caught by a policeman for distributing seditious leaflets in Midnapore in 1906. He was an anarchist and protested against the moderate policies of Surendranath Banerjee. Khudiram was sentenced to death for a failed attempt to kill Magistrate Kingsford. Satyendranath was executed on the 21st of November 1908. Noted freedom fighter and Bengal Province Congress Committee President Birendranath Sasmal practiced at the Midnapore High Court. Rishi Rajnarajan Basu, one-time tutor of Rabindranath Tagore, Asia's first Nobel Prize winner, was headmaster of the Zilla School in 1850. He founded a girls' school, a night school for workers, and a public library. The Rajnarajan Basu Pathagar Library is still in existence near Gokuar Chowk. Not only Hindu activists but also Muslim statesmen originated or spent time in Midnapore. Hussain Shahid Suhrawardy, founder of the Awami League, a prominent political party in Bangladesh, and the 5th Prime Minister of Pakistan, hailed from a prominent family of Midnapore. Climate and geography. Midnapore is located at 22.25 degrees north, 87.65 degrees east, 22.25, 87.65, and is 23 meters above sea level. The climate follows a hot tropical monsoon weather pattern. Summers last from April to mid-June, with diurnal highs ranging from the upper 30s degrees C to the mid-40s degrees C and lows in the low 30s degrees C. Daily heat is often followed by evening rains known as Kalbashakis or dust storms. Monsoon rains can last from mid-June to late August or even September, with rains from the southeast monsoon contributing the lion's share of the annual rainfall of around 1,500 millimeters. Winters last for 2 to 3 months and are mild. Typical lows are from 8 degrees Celsius to 14 degrees Celsius. Allergies are common in winter and spring due to the high content of particulate dust in the air. Soils near the Kangsabati River are alluvial with a high degree of clay or sand, whereas soils towards Rangamati are lateritic. Vegetation includes eucalyptus and sal forests on the northwest side of town. The sal forests form part of the Dalma Hills Bengal-Jharkhand range. Arabari, the forest range which was the site of India's first joint forest management scheme, is only 30 kilometers away. Elephant attacks on humans are common in this area, although the town itself has never been attacked. Hordes of marauding elephants attacking human habitation in villages in Midnapore district have come as close to the town as Gurgurapur, 6 kilometers away. Transportation. Train. Midnapore is connected not only to larger cities in the region, but also to smaller towns and villages in the district. Midnapore railway station is on the Howrah and express train routes. Many local and passenger trains ply all day between Howrah and Midnapore as well as Adra and Midnapore. Apart from these local trains, many major express trains also pass through Midnapore, including the Jhargram Medinipur Kharagpur-Jangamahal Express, Delhi-Puri Nandan Kanan Express, Howrah Lokmanya Tilak Samosata Express, Puri-Patna Express, Ernakulam-Patna Express, etc. Midnapore is close to Kharagpur. A major hub of the Southeastern Railway is 13 kilometers. At present the Midnapore railway section is undergoing a development process. The station complex is undergoing modernization. The platforms are being increased in length. Work is in process to double the railway line between Kharagpur JN and Midnapore. Apart from an existing railway bridge on the Kangsabati River, a new double-line railway bridge has been constructed to smoothen the railway traffic. Local transportation. Selected thoroughfares of Midnapore have been expanded and maintained in an ongoing megacity project started in 1997. The major roads are now upgraded, well-lighted and one-way with divider. A long-awaited beautiful flyover connecting Rangamati over the railway gate minimized the traffic congestion at rush hours. Some of the smaller roads in the city are still unpaved and are difficult to use during and after the monsoon months. To compound the problems faced by inhabitants, there are a limited number of bridges crossing the Kangsabati River affording entry from Howrah and Kolkata. Nevertheless, the ongoing construction of the new interstate highway system which passes by Midnapore has reduced the time it takes for inhabitants to reach Kolkata. A set of traffic control signals was recently installed in the city, and this helps control traffic. Motorized and bicycle traffic has been increasing in recent years. Within the city, previously cycle rickshaws were one of the few modes of public transportation since effective lobbying by rickshaw pullers who depend on this for the livelihood had prevented the introduction of town buses and auto-rickshaws. Now auto-rickshaws covering the different routes of the city like Railway Station, Vidyasagar University, Amtala, Central Bus Stand, Batala, Gokundwar Chowk, Sepoy Bazaar by sharing basis, which is a big boost for the city's development, infrastructure and economy. Electricity is available, although as in the rest of West Bengal, demand exceeds supply. Power outages are common in the summer and monsoon months, although outages lasting more than an hour are becoming rarer. Most businesses and upper-middle class and rich households have backup generators and batteries that they use in times of outages. Water is a scarce resource in Midnapore. Most of the water comes from the Kangsabati River, which is shrinking in size every year due to overexploitation. The municipal water supply is free but not ample. Tap water is available for about an hour twice a day and is stored by those who can, in plastic, metal, or concrete reservoirs or in buckets. The water is of questionable purity, prompting the proliferation of individual water purification units. Sewage disposal is another concern. Many of the lower-income communities in the city do not have adequate plumbing and must rely on refuse collectors to haul out human waste. Not all drains are covered, causing a proliferation of disease-causing flies and mosquitoes. Since Midnapore is drier than many other coastal and humid low-lying towns of West Bengal, this problem is not as acute as it. Internet services. Internet service has improved many folds compared to last 5 years. BSNL is the sole government-sourced provider and the local hub is in Kharagpur. Broadband is available to the public and dial-up service, which is touted at 100 megabytes per second, so a pure speed of 2 to 8 megabytes per second is gained. There are many cyber cafes spread all over the town which provide high-speed internet services for the people. Possession of PCs is becoming very common at homes and many business firms, so usage of internet has also gained a high peak. Besides the broadband services provided by BSNL, internet usage is also made by dial-up connections provided by the private operators such as Airtel, Reliance, Aircel and all the other private mobile operators providing mobile services in the city. Plug-to-surf services are also being provided by some of the operators such as BSNL, Tata, Reliance. Nowadays MTS plays a vital role by providing high-speed mobile broadband service at affordable prices in Midnapore. Lease line internet service provided by Rimal Infotech Limited with India's leading ISP. Demographics. In the 2011 census, Midnapore municipality had a population of 169,127, out of which 85,362 were males and 83,765 were females. The 0 to 6 years population was 14,365. Effective literacy rate for the 7+ population was 90.01%. As of 2001 India census, Midnapore had a population of 153,349. Midnapore has an average literacy rate of 75%, higher than the national average of 59.5%. Male literacy is 80% and female literacy is 71%. In Midnapore, 10% of the population is under 6 years of age. This makes it the second largest town in Paschim Medinipur district after Kharagpur. The town is almost equally divided in terms of population between Hindus and Muslims. The multiple mosques and temples, many predating British rule, serve as indication of how co-prevalent the two religions are in this area. It is an important religious spot for the Muslims of India and Bangladesh, even though the interesting religious mixture would suggest religious tensions. Remarkably, Midnapore has never witnessed major Hindu-Muslim tensions in recent history. Economy. The economy of the undivided district, according to 1991 and 2001 census statistics, was overwhelmingly agrarian. Being a district town, Midnapore functioned in an ancillary role for the rural district as an administrative and judicial center. As such, many businesses and services revolved around this role, which naturally has been adversely affected by the division of the district. Midnapore still fills this role and has more physicians, lawyers, teachers, banks, and administrative officers than any other town in either East or West Midnapore district. The medical sector is thriving with the addition of a medical college and the Vidyasagar Institute of Health Application. Coaching centers that assist students enrolled in the regular and correspondence courses of Vidyasagar University are also common. Poorer segments of the semi-rural society are involved in transportation, basic agriculture, small shops and manual labor for construction work. Civic affairs. Midnapore is a municipality with 24 wards and 94,738 registered voters. For a long period of 32 years, it was under the control of the Left Front. In 2009, Trinamool Congress won the municipality by a margin of 2 wards. Now the number of wards increased to 25 and wards are renumbered in 2013. Civic election is scheduled to take place on the 22nd of November 2013. Culture. Historic attractions. The chapels War and Mahamaya temples at Karnagar, built in the Odisha style of temple architecture, 10 kilometers north of the town, are two of the most popular temples. Both were built in the 10th century by Karna Kashari of Kashari, Somavamsi dynasty of Odisha. This temple is also of historic importance as being a hotspot of the Shwa revolt during the Indian independence movement. Outstanding Hindu and Jain temples are also located in the village of Pathra, a few kilometers from the town. Hundreds of small temples dating back into antiquity are located here, but many are in a state of disrepair due in part to lack of any sort of preservation, succumbing to the waters of the Kangsabati River, and theft of bricks by locals. An NGO Pathra Archaeological Preservation Committee, founded by Yising Patan, has successfully persuaded the Archaeological Survey of India to restore the temples. 2 million Indian rupees were donated for this cause in 1998, and many of the temples have been restored. Remarkably secluded in location, this archaeological site is rarely visited as it is inaccessible and little known outside of the immediate area. The Jagannath Temple at Nutan Bazaar was built in 1851, possibly at the request of a descendant of the Ganga dynasty of Odisha. Other temples from the 18th century include the Hanumanju Temple in Mirza Bazar, the Sitala Temple at Bara Bazar, and the Habibpur Kali Temple. One of the oldest temples in the town is the Rukmini Temple at Nutan Bazaar, which was built in the 17th century. The Ramakrishna Mission also has a temple adjacent to an elementary and high school. The goddess Kali at the Batala Temple is an important temple in the locality, but is a more recent addition. There are numerous majars and dargahs dotting the city. Jora Masjid is the most notable in the town and is the site of a notable annual Urs. Among the Majars, Juan Baba's Majar near the district court and Fakir Kua near the bus terminus are locally revered. According to local legend, the water of the well at Fakir Kua Majar has mysterious healing powers, although the veracity of this claim is debatable. In the heyday of Brahm Samaj, Midnapore became a major center of this society. Rishi Rajnarajan Basu, one of the luminaries in the Brahm Samaj movement, worked as the headmaster of the Zilla school, the dilapidated hall of Brahm Samaj. Brahm Samaj Mandir, near Midnapore Collegiate School, is a silent reminder of the Brahm presence of yesteryears. Some of the old administrative and educational buildings dating back more than 150 years are still functioning today. Cultural distinctiveness. Life, in general, is slow-paced in Midnapore, as a sort of tribute to the Mofussil provincial heart of the city. Midnaporeans in general are laid-back and friendly. It is not uncommon for shops to open late and to close during the hours of the afternoon in the hotter months of the year. Also, shops can close for tea and sporting events such as cricket and World Cup football. Tea shops and pant stalls abound, and there is a high concentration of Mishtir Dokaan. Here you can find one of the very notable sweets in Bengal, Kheer Gogja. A Bengali gossip is prevalent and widely enjoyed. The local dialect of Bengali is different from standard Kolkata pronunciation, and though not as Odia-centric as the dialects of Kantai and Dantan, does show minor similarities with Oriya. Speech is very informal, and the Talabosho, Murdanosho, and Dontsho are often pronounced differently from the standardized West Bengal dialect. A significant fraction of the population of the undivided district descended from Vaishnavites, the followers of Sri Chaitanya, although they follow the rituals and caste system of mainstream Hinduism now. Many migrated from Odisha and merged to form a unique Bengali culture. In fact, since the area was part of Odisha earlier, it is better described as a mix of Bengali and Oriya culture. There are Marwari and Bhojpuri speakers and a number of speakers of Hindi in the town as well. Many of the Muslims of the town speak in a pidgin dialect with a mixture of Bengali, Hindi, Urdu, and Bhojpuri words. Entertainment. Since many Midnaporeans are fond of walking, a number of parks have come up in recent years. Gopagar Heritage Park is a good picnic spot for families and youth and was opened in 2001. Booking for picnic spot and boating facilities can be arranged at the ticket counter. The most popular park of the town is Sukumasen Gupta Smita Uddan, which is near to Central Bus Stand. Other parks are Sisuuddan and Kudiram Park. Many people can also be seen in the cooler morning and evening hours, walking near the river front. There are a number of major theatres in the town, including the Aurora, Mahua and Hari Cinema Hall. But Aurora, Mahua are closed now. Only Hari Cinema Hall is still running. A number of private and government-operated halls include the Zilla Parashad Hall, Vivekananda Hall, and Vijaysagar Hall. These are often the venue for numerous cultural events like the hosting of dramas, concerts, poetry recitals, and dance programs. Some of these are venues for numerous melas, or carnivals hosted each year on adjacent grounds such as the Midnapore College Collegiate Ground, Church School Ground, and the River Ground. The bank of Kangsabati River is great for sightseeing and fishing and a popular destination for picnics during the Christmas and New Year's breaks. Unfortunately, the bank is being eroded by new construction, brick kilns and new communities. In the last 1 year, city life, metro bazaar-like supermarkets have come up and few others to start become the places of time pass and shopping like any other malls in major cities. Religious beliefs and festivals. There are a number of festivals, many of religious import, that are held in Midnapore each year. Uars of the venerated Saint Hazrat Maulana Saeed Shah Murshid Ali al-Qudra al-Jalani, son of Hazrat Saeed Shah Mir Ali al-Qudra al-Baghdadi, is a major occasion for Bengali Muslims of West Bengal and Bangladesh. This is held each year near the Jora Masjid. Milad-un-Nabi is also celebrated with the bursting of fireworks. Many devout Muslims observe fasts during the month of Ramadan, which ends in celebration at Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Adha, locally known as Bakr Eid, is also celebrated. During the remembrance of Muharram, processions throng the streets enacting mock stick fights in remembrance of Hussein ibn Ali. In the Bengali month of Ashar, Rath Yatra is celebrated, as is the case in the rest of Bengal, and Odisha. A fair is hosted near the local Jagannath temple. And during Christmas, a fair on the grounds of Nirmal Ride Ashram is well participated. The church is open to all on this occasion, and people from all communities throng the prayer hall to take a glimpse of the beautiful murals narrating the life of Jesus. The resident students recreate the scene of Jesus' birth with clay models. Apart from that, the regular Bengali festivals like Durga Puja, Saraswati Puja, and Kali Puja are well attended. In the last few years, local clubs and communities have competed with each other for designing the best Durga Puja murtis, mandaps, and pandals, with hundreds of thousands of rupees often being spent by each club. In recent times, the pujas hosted by Rangamati Shahbajaning Club, Karanitola, Burjitown, Chotto Bazaar, Raja Bazaar, Nagar, Ashok Nagar, and Judges Court have been highly rated. Other common pujas in the worship of Sitala, Jagadatri, Holi, Janmashtami, Manasa, Kartika, and Ganesha common but not such a major cause of celebration. Vishwakarma Puja is remarkably popular in the city. Unlike in Kolkata, Vishwakarma Puja is not celebrated with flying kites. With respect to its tribal history, people in Midnapore fly kites to celebrate Paschim Puja, the day of a tribal god. This is on the last day of the Bengali month of Paush, i.e., Paush Sankranti. Apart from kite flying, a fair is also held on Paush Sankranti. It has a rural flavor and is characterized by the trading of handicraft and household goods. The items of trade include spades, knives and other iron tools, combs and other goods made of buffalo horn, baskets and platters for husking made of bamboo and cane, etc. Bhima Puja is another puja that is not widespread elsewhere.